Hello. Today we're going to be responding to the week 3 project. There's a second project we're doing this module, and there's a part 1 that we just have the crude operations, right? So we're going to try and meet most of these requirements, though the other ones are supposed to be met in week 4 when we submit the overall requirements. So that was just me doing all that's required, inputting the API documentation. Um, I probably didn't catch one. Oh, the get and post routes. Okay, and then the put and delete and the validation thereof. And oh, okay. Without further ado, we're going to get onto the web app that I have here. Okay, so here's the home. Right, and we're just going to click in API docs to access our Swagger UI. And now we're at our Swagger UI. I need to get this out of the way. Betas. Okay. So we have our project that has clients. These are clients from whatever organization is giving services to the clients. Now, the clients are supposed to be entities, right? Now, with these entities, we just have the entity name, the registration card. In Zimbabwe, there's company registration, so that's just the number that they're going to put in there. But then, for the purposes of this assignment, it's just going to be whatever random number or name that I give to it. That's the code of the company, and then the address, and then a list within it that contains the names of the employees this particular client currently has, right? So we're just going to see the structure here. Let's try this out. Um, Copy the API there. There's a way I could have just put this into the environment, but then I had to showcase that I actually have an API at work. So, okay, we're going to execute this. Um, and it's going to give us a list of all the clients that we currently have. So we have two, one with ID one, which is Acme Corp, Acme Corporation. They have two employees, Tapilo and Tabiso. And then we have the other one, ABS Bank. They have two employees, Peter and Jack. Right. So these are the clients that we have. So our get is working there. Um, we're going to try and post the client. We're going to try and create a third client right here, right? And the requirements are right there. So there's the third client. His name. Okay, just to show that I have validation in there, we're just going to make a mistake there. We're going to put a 03. We're going to give that ID as zero index. So the name, let's just call it modus in modus in. Okay, the code, let's just go MOD 002, right? And the address, um, modus que CBD. Suppose just put in a number there. Okay, additional information, set it out to true. Now the first employee that these guys have, it's called Cheapo. Now oldest Cheapo, Cheapo is 30, right? And then I haven't tried it, but let's try if I wanted to enter it with more than just one employee and see if it works. I don't remember setting that up, but maybe I might get lucky. Okay, two. And for this guy to tender, the tender will be 34. Right. Now remember, this one is not going to work. Why? Because I gave the ID an index. It's not going to be valid JSON. So the main aim in doing this is to show that there is need for validation. You see here for body parameter string, value must be valid JSON. So because it's not valid JSON, it's not going to work. Right. So let's take that 0 out of the ID. Just make it pure. And we execute that. Voila, it worked. Right. So we now have a new client, which is Modus Investments at ID3. And that's the information we have. They have two of their employees, Chipo and Tender. Okay, good. That's the delete. We're going to delete that after. Okay. Additional information is just to get additional information on the client. I didn't add anything there. Ooh, I would have to make some adjustments on it, but then it's okay. For the purposes of this assignment, I'm sure everything else that I put up suffices. That's me saying that as if I'm the grader. Forgive me there. Right. So we're going to get our clients by ID, where we want to get one specific client. Say we want to get the very client that we just created, this client number 3. So we're just gonna enter the ID there and then the API. Oh boy. Okay, let me go fetch the API key from up there. All right, there we are. Bring it back where we want it. There we go. Right. When we execute that, it gives us back Modus Investments. There we are. Right. And all its details. Right. And then if we need to update anything, we can just enter the, okay, let's try it out first. We can just enter, right, say we want to edit the second one, right? And then I don't remember the details on the second one, but let's just go fetch it from up there. Yeah, it's number 2. Just gonna begin from the name all the way down. Right there. So you're just gonna go all the way down. And we replace that with this. Say all we wanted to do is to add another employee. It's gonna copy that up to here, paste it there. This is going to be employee number 3. Jack, let's make it Joe. Petit Joe. Okay. Joe is 42 years old. Okay. And pray it execute. Okay, let me execute that. Should be working. There we are. We now updated that particular client. We have 3. Good. Right. So the put is working. Okay. So we need to look into our employees. So it's post employees to client. Okay. So this is us creating a new employee, right? Like we just did, essentially. So we just have to enter the target client that we're targeting, and then for, yeah, just keep it as Jandor. We execute it. There we go. We now have a Jandor. Jandor is 30 in that particular company. Good. Right. And now we merely want to get the employees, just the individual employees, right? Um, the employees that an individual client has. So we want to get a list of employees that client number two has. We're just going to execute that. And there we are. We have the list of employees that are employed at ABS Bank. Right. Say we want to delete a particular employee from a particular client. There's an English word for it. Okay, there we are. So say we want to delete the fourth employee at client number 3, right? Client number 3, then employee ID, whose ID is 4. We execute that. There we are. Oh, yeah, successfully deleted that. Right, so we now have those employees. Okay, maybe let's try another one. Just gonna have one there, and one there to clear it out. Good. Perfect, it's working. Okay. So my APIs are working and all the cores are tested. Except for one. Let's test this one. The deleted client. Say we want to delete a client. Let's delete the first client that we have. Try it out. And then we just click one there and execute. Delete client was deleted successfully. Okay. And just to confirm that, let's go get a list of all clients and see if the first company we have out there was actually deleted and we now just have 2 instead of 3. Just click execute here since everything is already set. Okay, so yes, we no longer have the client with the ID 1. It's now just these 2. So perfect. My APIs are working perfectly, and